Mark Cuban will pay the price for sexual misconduct inside the Mavs front office.
Cuban is donating $10 million to women's empowerment groups after the NBA found that women who worked for the Mavs were harassed and assaulted. Now, this report cleared Cuban of wrongdoing, but said by ignoring the front office, a toxic culture took over. He admitted as much late this afternoon on ESPN.
In hindsight, it was staring me right in the face, and I missed it. I think, I wasn't as focused on the business as I should have been. When I talk about being actively involved, I could tell you every salary of every NBA player over the last 15 years. And, I would talk to Rick, and our coaches over the years and be there at practices and be there on the basketball side day in and day out, live it. It was, if I was in our business office 5 times in 15 years, that was a lot, it's embarrassing.
Now, this report was incredibly thorough, with more than 200 interviews and more than 1 million documents reviewed.
News 8's Jonah Javad live outside American Airlines Center, where the team leaders reacted to today's findings. Jonah?
Hi, John. Yeah, lead investigator Ann Milgram addressed the media just an hour ago behind me at the American Airlines Center, sharing her findings from the 43-page report. And in it are details about the workplace misconduct that was rampant in the Mavericks business operations department for the last 2 decades. Now, one of the key perpetrators was former Mavs CEO Terdema Ussery. The report found Ussery exhibited improper workplace conduct toward 15 female employees, including unwanted touching and forcible kissing. Former Mavericks.com writer Earl K. Snead was also included in the report. Snead committed 2 acts of domestic violence during his employment with the Mavericks. One of them was against a co-worker. He was not fired for either offense. And the report found multiple instances of misconduct, including the viewing and sharing of pornographic images from former sales employee Chris Hyde during his 14 years with the team. He was never given meaningful discipline, that at least according to Milgram, and that's indicative of the culture in the organization.
The report provides overwhelming evidence that some of our leaders did not foster an anti-harassment, respectful, inclusive, and diverse culture. As swift action was promised back in February, those leaders are no longer with the Dallas Mavericks.
So what's being done to fix the culture? Well, you just heard from Mavericks' new CEO, Cynthia Marshall. She was hired months ago, and she made immediate strides in making this a more inclusive and healthy work environment, emphasizing accountability and speaking up, which is what we heard from her just about 45 minutes ago. We'll have much more on the story coming up at 6 o'clock. Jonah Javad, Channel 8 Sports.
Thank you, Jonah.